What is up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Market Marauder Show. Hope everybody is staying safe out there with all the winter storms going on this week, and hope everybody's able to lock in some profits. So today we're going over top penny stocks under $1. So let's jump into it. First one we have is ticker sign GPL for Great Panther Mining. If we look at the chart, we can see that they had a week high of $1.16. So this was back on the 10th of February. And since then, kind of been a lot of sideways trading going on with them. They've been up and down or basically oscillating between certain levels for the most part. They are bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100 and VWAP is above moving average 10. So positive on the VWAP indicator, but negative on the moving average 10 indicator. So overall, still bearish on the name in general. But on the show, I like to give some background information. So let's jump into that. So for Great Panther Mining, not really too much going on for the company. We could just see on their press releases that they have filed an NI 43101 technical report for their one of their mines, and then they received or released their 2020 guidance with production of 150,051 gold equivalent ounces. So that's how many ounces that they have cultivated through their mining. Now the price of gold, has been fluctuating. It's kind of almost at an all-time high. I think probably a couple months ago, it was. So a company like this would definitely be able to benefit being a gold mining company. So definitely keep my eyes out on them. For the stock overall, though, I have a price target of $1.07. So that's where I'm looking at this to potentially go to. Now, $1.16 is their high, but I think $1.07 is more realistic in my personal opinion. And I would like to see some more updates from the company press release wise. So definitely be looking for more press release updates as well as this VWAP to change and to start going back up. So next on here, we have ticker sign NAK for a Northern Dynasty Minerals. I think so. We have on here that they had a week high of $1.15. So this was almost similar to the GPL stock. So NAK we see reached 115. This was on the 11th of February, and then similar situation. They've kind of gone sideways since then. Overall bearish though. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100, and VWAP is above moving average 10. So positive on one indicator for VWAP, but negative on the second indication for moving average 10. Now, bear in mind, I am using Webull. So if you'd like to sign up for Webull and get 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 or more, I have a link down below in the description where you can do so. But you do not need to sign up for Webull in order to get the free, to use the charts. You can just go to Webull.com and you will be able to use their charts. So that's the beauty of Webull. Now, on the indicators that I'm using, I have moving average 10, 50, 100, and the VWAP 14. All can be found in this indicators tab right here, which will come when you log into the website. Also, I'm using the 30-minute chart interval. So if you use any other interval than the 30-minute chart, your chart will look a lot different than the one that I'm currently doing my analysis from. So I just like the 30-minute chart interval. That's why I use it. So if you want to follow along, those are kind of the criteria that I am personally using. So with that being said, they did end the week at 81 cents, then went up, looks like went up to 82 cents. So 1 cent up above their close to end at 82 cents for the week. So just a little bit of movement, a small rally, 2.05% rally for after hours. But going to some background information on them, we could see that they have kind of this appeal that they're currently working on. So since Northern Dynasty Appellate Partnership served with grand jury subpoena in Alaska. And then it says that there's significant degradation finding a proposed copper mining, silver, and all other stuff in southwest Alaska. So basically, they had some complications going on with their current mining project. So if that does get resolved and there's a positive outcome from that, I do expect the stock to shoot up. But since they have a lot of this going on and it's pretty fresh, this problem kind of started around late January, starting yeah, around late January and then continuing into February. So it's been quite a long process that they've been going through trying to get this project back on track. But if they do, and there's some positive news coming from this, then I think it could shoot back up. Um, Price target that I have for them is $1. So I think if they can get all that stuff cleared with the appeal, if the appeal goes through, and they can continue their mining projects, then I think it's $1 is definitely a great place to start looking for this stock to um, go back up to. Now, $1.15 is their high, but we can see that $1 being lower than that, I think is more realistic in my opinion to where they could get to. Next, we have ticker sign SYN. They had a week high of $1.22, so $1.22 seems to be their highest value for quite some time. They've fallen off significantly from that. They ended the week at 86 cents. Then after hours went up 2 more cents to end at 88 cents. So overall still bearish though. Moving average 10 is below 50 to 100, which is this yellow line and this purple line. And VWAP is right at the moving average 10. So bearish on both metrics, in my personal opinion. Giving some background on them though, the last article that they had came out to December 22nd, 2020, which basically says that the company alongside Washington University in St. Louis, are trying to get approval for this SYN004, and they're in phase 1B of 2A clinical protocol. So since this article came out so late, I expect to see some sort of update or something going on in potentially February, into February, maybe in March, going on alongside this. So definitely going to be looking for some updates on this company, especially with this SYN004. Because they're in the phase 1B of 2A. I would like to see them get into phase 2 and then potentially phase 3 and then IND or NDA after that. But then, definitely going to be looking for some more updates on this company, which I think could definitely help the stock shoot back up. So with that being said, I have a price target for them of $1 as well. So I have them as a dollar price target, even though they had this high of $1.22. Next, we have ticker sign AUMN for Golden Minerals. They have $1.01 was their kind of week high on here. If we go out even further, it kind of went to $1.30. But the price target I like to use is this $1.01 level. And they did end the week at 82 cents. Then after hours went up 2 more cents or 3 more cents to end at 85 cents. They are still bearish though. Moving average 10 is below 50 to 100, but VWAP is above moving average 10. So positive on one metric and negative on the other. Overall, I think the stock is still bearish, denoted by the moving average 10 line, continuing to go downward and away from the moving average 50 and 100 line. Background information on them. They did release their financials. So this came out on the 18th. So on the 18th, they released it. So pretty fresh financial information. So it says they have 9.7 million cash and equivalents balance of December 31st, 2020, compared to 4.6 million on December 31st, 2019. So they have definitely stored up a lot of cash during this time. They have $5.6 million in revenue compared to 7.7 in revenue in 2019. So their revenue has decreased significantly, but the amount of cash that they've had has increased. So they definitely have been able to manage their money pretty well, in my personal opinion. They have 18.7 million in cash inflows in 2020. Their exploration expenses were 5 million in 2020 compared to 4.1 million in 2019. So just a little bit more for the exploration expenses, and the net loss of 9.1 million or 0.7%. I mean 0.07 per share in 2020, compared to 5.4 million loss or 0.05 per share in 2019. So they definitely lost quite a bit more in 2020 than in 2019. On here, from the highlights, they started opening a pit mine, which has a production of 12,000 to 14,000 ounces worth of gold, which will yield them 10.5 million to 12 million, which is pretty good in my opinion. Then they also have phase one drill results reported. So they're mining gold and silver. And then they have gold and silver being farmed out of $4 million over the 2 years plus royalty interest. So it seems like they're heading in the right direction financially and with their projects. So I think, they definitely have the potential to go up from here, in my personal opinion, given some more updates on expansion of some mining activities going on from them. So I have a price target for them of 93 cents. So I think that's a kind of a realistic level for them, especially considering that the moving average 50, which is the highest line of these three, is at 91 cents. So 93 cents I think is a realistic kind of measure, and it is right here, kind of in this range down here. So if we look, they kind of were around this 93-cent level, 94-cent level for quite some time. We could see through the 11th all the way until like the 16th, they were at this 93-cent level. So I think it's kind of realistic to say that that's where they can shoot back up potentially, because it'll be another resistance, in my personal opinion. So currently they're at 85 cents where they ended the week, and 93 cents is where my target price for them is. Now, lastly on here, we have ticker sign GSV. Now, they had a week high of 97 cents. Overall, though, still bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100. VWAP is above moving average 10, so positive on VWAP, meaning there may be some more potential for upward movement on them, hopefully. And then we could see that moving average 10 is below 50 and 100, so bearish on that metric. So bearish overall in the stock, but I think they do have some potential with this small rally they had after hours, ending the week at 75 cents, and after hours going up to 76 cents. Background information on them. They just closed a $34.5 million bought deal financing. And I think that's going to yield profitable for them in the long run overall. And I think, like to see some more updates from the company in general. So when more updates come, I will, be more keen to look at them price target wise. But until they give more updates on, what they plan to do, like mining expansion or buying new equipment or things of that nature, or new projects that they're doing, then I'm, going to kind of hold off for this one for a while. But overall, still have a price target for them of 89 cents. I think that's a pretty realistic level that they can get to, and it's above both the moving average 50 and current moving average 100. So I think 89 cents is a realistic target for them. So not too far up from where they currently are at. So I don't really have any drastic, level. So I'm not saying like a stock's going to go from, where it's currently at like 75 to like, I'll say, oh yeah, it's going to $10, because I don't think that's realistic. To say, hey, the stock's going to shoot up that far. I think certain levels you could see it'll. If you follow stocks that kind of go up certain levels, certain tiers at a time, then kind of level off, and they'll go up some more and level off. Now, it would be great to find those that do shoot up significantly, but I think having a more realistic level, like saying this one can get to 89 cents, is still, you can still get a profit out of that, in my personal opinion. Just bear in mind, this is for educational purposes, not financial advice. I'm not telling you what stocks to invest or not to invest into. So just bear in mind, it's for educational purposes. So also, this is from the perspective of Webull, so if you'd like to sign up to get 2 free stocks, that'll be down below in the description. But overall, hope everybody has a great week of trading. Hope everybody's able to lock in some profits this week, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.